Alright, I thought it would be fun just to run through a bunch of commands and see how many I can show you in 15 minutes or less. My free video software limits me to 15 minutes videos or less, but we'll see how many we can get through. What you're looking at is the Cisco 300-135 TSHOOT IPv4 IPv6 network topology. Cisco puts this out there on their website, and they show this, so we just built a lab based on it. And what we have is layer 2, layer 3 topology. You can see a couple clients down here on one subnet. They pulled the HCP addresses. FTP server on a different subnet. Those are connected to access switches. The access switches are connected to distribution switches, and which are connected to the routers, router 4, 3, 2, 1, and then over to a BGP cloud. We're at AS65002. So what I want to do is run through a bunch of this and just show you different commands on the switches, layer 2, layer 3 on the routers. There's also incorporated the IPv6 layer 3 topology, so you can see RIP in IPv6 with IPv6 addresses, OSPF IPv6, and then there's IPv4 layer topology, layer 3 topology, which will show you the DHCP server, EIGRP, OSPF, maybe some NAT translation on router 1 if we can get to it, and BGP. So we'll see what we can get to. This is what is used for TSHOOT exam right now until things change in February. But it's also great just because it's a lab. It's a PacketTracer lab full of different technologies that we can show you a bunch of different commands. So anyway, long story short, let's jump into it. So ASW1, we'll start there, and we'll just show a bunch of commands. I'm not really giving much of an explanation. Enable, we'll do I'll probably abbreviate some of these, but initially I'll try to show you the original command. Show running config just to see what's going on. Hostname ASW1, IP routing, IPv4 routing turned on here. Spanning tree, rapid per VLAN spanning tree. We've got a couple of port channels. Let's see if we can see what port client 1 is connected to. So you can see, let's see, configure terminal interface fast Ethernet 01 shut down. You can see it went red. No shutdown. You can see it came back green. So obviously client 1 is connected to that interface. Let's see what else. Show run. We have a channel group on fast Ethernet 19 and 20. It's channel group 13, so that would be show interface port channel 13. And you can see port channel 13 consists of members fast Ethernet 19 and fast Ethernet 20. We can do a show IP interface brief. And you can see fast Ethernet 19 and 20 are up, as are 21 and 22, which are most likely these guys. Port channel 23, show run. Unfortunately in PacketTracer, that's about all you can do. You can't do a show run interface fast Ethernet 22, 23, 21 and 22. 21, 22, channel group 23. And I think that's about it in here. We've got a default route and some NTP configured. Alright, good enough for that. Exit out of there. Let's go over to the distribution switches. DSW1. Let's see what's going on in DSW1. Enable. Show run. And we have some timestamp services turned off. Password encryption turned off. That's interesting. So what you can do is let's see if there's anything running with passwords. That's it. So you could do config t username Cisco password Cisco, right? And enter. Show run. And let's see if we can find it. Username Cisco password Cisco with the service password encryption turned off. It will not encrypt that password. So if we do a config t service password encryption and do that show run again, you should be encrypted. Password 7 encrypted. Let's see, we can do have spanning tree running. We can show spanning tree, and you can see VLAN 1, port channel 13 is forwarding, port channel 14 is forwarding. So let's see what interfaces are in port channel 13. Interface 19 and 20, fast Ethernet. Show interface port channel 14 to see what interfaces, 21 and 22. Show run, unfortunately you can't do interface fast Ethernet 020, 19 and 20. So we have to just jump down, space down in the config to see them. 19 is in channel group 13. It's pinned up mode on, channel group 13. So 19 to 20 make up port channel 13. Channel group 14 mode on, pinned up mode on, channel group 14 mode on. So 21 and 22 are in the port channel 14. Let's see what else is going on. No IP domain lookup. That's good. So if I type a funky command like this, it's not going to take forever. It's just going to say, I don't know what that command is. Let's see what else is happening. Ooh, okay. They've got HSRP here. So interface VLAN 10. Let's bring up the other DSW2 as well, and we'll show you HSRP real quick. See if I can bring both DSW1 and 2 up at the same time. Okay, DSW1 on the left, 2 on the right. VLAN 10, so they put the HSRP on the layer 3 interface, VLAN 10 interface. So you can see here, VLAN 10, his IP address is 10.2.1.1 on DSW1. On DSW2, interface VLAN 10's IP address is 10.2.1.2. So they're different IPs. However, for HSRP, you can see they created all these standby commands, which is your HSRP configuration. 10.2.1.254 is a standby IP, which is the same as over here. Okay. And standby priority is 150 on DSW1. Standby priority is 145 on DSW2. So if you recall, the higher priority is priority, so this one would be preferred. Okay, and then this is going to track Fast Ethernet 01, track Fast Ethernet 014. So let's see what's on Fast Ethernet 01. I guess we could look at our diagram, but this is more fun. So layer 3 uplink to router 4, and this guy is Fast Ethernet 014, right? What's on there? Our layer 3 uplink to router 4. Okay, and they have 2 different IPs as well, 4.6 and 4.10. Interesting. And he also, okay, here's your IPv6. He's also configured for IPv6, whereas this guy is not on his layer 3 interface, and he's configured for RIP. So let's show, let's see if we can do this. Show IPv6 route. There you go. So there's your routing table for IPv6. You have RIP routes, connected routes, local routes. Let's see what else. What if I just do a show IP route? That's not IPv6. This is your IPv4 routing table, in which you're doing the D is EIGRP. You can see an external route from EIGRP connected. Here's a regular admin distance 90 versus your external admin distance 170. Interesting. Okay. Let's keep going. We are up to the distribution switches and about halfway through our time. Alright, I'm not sure if I'm going to get through all this. Let's see. What can we do on router 4? Router 4 is our DHCP server. He should be serving, look at that, it's got a little bit of OSPF going on too. Enable. Let's just see what's going on in running config. So he's DHCP. Excluded addresses is 10.2.1.1, 10.2.1.3. It's interesting. I wonder what these guys are. I wonder if he is, let's see his IP configuration. He has a static IP, 10.2.1.3 for client 1. And IP configuration, he gets a DHCP address. So client 2 pulls a DHCP address. So let's see this again. Router 4 is saying, so I can get all these windows up at the same time. Router 4 is saying, okay, do not give out IP addresses 10.2.1.1, probably because that's IP address on router 1. or router 4, sorry, and do not give out IP address 10.2.1.3 because that's the client IP that's statically assigned to client 1. However, you may give out the next available IP address should be 10.2.1.2. Why is it not giving that IP address? It's giving 10.2.1.4. I do not, let's see, maybe it's in here. Okay. Network. VLAN 10 clients. Okay, anyway. To be figured out. I would think that it would give out 10.2.1.2, but this is not troubleshooting. This is showing how many commands we can show. So we got IPv6 unicast routing as well. Let's see, loopback 4, loopback 14. Tunnel. Ooh, interface tunnel 34. All right, let's see. Here we have IPv6 again. Show IPv6 OSPF. And we can do a bunch of different things. Show IPv6 OSPF. So we see we have area 34 for IPv6 OSPF. Show IPv6 OSPF neighbors. Who's our neighbor? 3, which is nice because router, it's probably router 3. Over on router 3. Why does it give 3.3.3.3 as the IP address? It must be set in the config. Enable, show run. Let's do the show run begin 3.3.3.3. And you can see that happens right above tunnel 34. So we'll go down to tunnel 34, and right above it is our loopback, and that is IP address 3333. Interesting. So it's actually taking the IP address of the interface participating in area 0 of OSPF. Alright, back to where were we? Router 4. Anything else? Come on. Anything else going on router 4? Let's see. Show IPv6 OSPF. What else do we want to see? Interfaces. What's participating here? Loopback 4 and tunnel 34 are participating in IPv6 OSPF. Show IPv6. How about the route? IPv6 OSPF route. Show IPv6 route OSPF. Alright. OI is your inter-area OSPF route, all on tunnel 34. Where's our tunnel going? Show run. We'll just jump down to tunnel 34. Tunnel 34, source loopback 4, destination 3333. So it's just this GRE tunnel right here between these two routers. It would probably be more interesting if we could have created a GRE tunnel maybe from here to router 1 or something, jumping across or through these routers. Anyway, interesting enough for now. What else is happening? RIP. Show IP route. Do we have any layered? Do we have any IPv4 RIP routes? No, IPv4 is, you see the D's, IPv4 is EIGRP. That's connected. There's your D. Show IPv6 route. And we do have RIP routes in IPv6. Interesting. Fast Ethernet 00. Show run. Let's see. Fast Ethernet 00. Layer 3 link to DSW1. So your RIP is happening in here. Your OSPF is happening in here on area 34, area 0, area 12. Let's see what else we can go. Let's check out router 3. Show run on router 3. One or two more interesting things. There's a lot of show commands actually. I thought I'd be doing a lot more. But I kind of just want to jump around all the routers and see what's going on, all the devices. Interesting. Okay, so this router OSPF. Let's see if we can make something go down while we have 1 minute. We have 1 minute. Okay. Show IP route. This is OSPF IPv4. Let's see. Show run. I'm going to run out of time. Okay, I'm just going to stop it here. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more of this, just an overview of different commands, different things that are happening. We can dive deeper, or we can do overviews like this. Let me know in the comments, and I'll make more videos for you. Thanks.